like pressure training. That's like the goalkeeper. That's like what Gwen was talking about. Fire a shot, get back up. Fire a shot, get back up. Fire a shot. That's local muscle. In that particular case, probably for the thighs and the calves. Dive over. Dive over. So repetitions, specific muscle activity, intense anaerobic level. Shot, get back up. Shot, get back up. We're not going to do that one. But do you understand what local muscle endurance means? One set of muscles trained like pressure training. And you could have passing. You have a ball there, Tangier. Washington has a ball. Washington plays me the ball, bump, I play it back. I sprint to you, you play a ball, bump, I play it back. You play yours out, one touch, bump. An example, kind of agility movement, left, right, left, right. This is low. You're training groins, hamstrings, probably quads, all the lower muscles, probably core too. Local muscle endurance. Okay? Pressure training will help you. Okay, that means feeding one player. Standing on the penalty spot. You serve me. I turn, shoot. Standing on the other corner. On the other corner is another server. Collect, shoot. Finish across, shoot. One guy taking 10 serves. You ever done that kind of training?
Canada was doing that the other day.
Who was?
Canada. On Tuesday, before they came to...
Did they on the other field?
Yeah, on the field, they were doing all that. Stations, 5 different stations.
Yeah, what we're going to do, I didn't see what we were probably doing something on our field. What you call it? We're going to do 3 stations if I have time. I want to show 3 stations, how they're similar, probably. Recovery. That's huge when you play a lot of matches. What's recovery training? High intensity or low? Low. You recover from fatigue. What's a low recovery type training look like? What's a simple example? 8 against 2. 8 against 1. Skill work. And 4 players, juggling. In pairs with the ball. You head, I head back. Stationary, light skill work. Roger Spry stuff. The movement around the joint with the ball. Play a pass here. Play one with the outside foot. Play one with the serve when he's serving with the hands. Head, chest, bump it back up to your head and chest. Double touch. All these light activities. You got to think of some clever routines. Play Friday night. Come out Saturday morning. All the players. Oh shit, hard match, bump, bruises, and all that. You got a light training, kind of upbeat. Got to get them moving. Just half an hour for those players that play. What about the guys that don't play? They need a separate training almost. You have to think. They don't need a light day. They haven't trained since Thursday. They didn't play Friday. They had a day off. And you think that's popular training for all those lads who didn't play? I think that's work with motivation with your players. Come on, we got to take you aside, give you some more. It's almost like punishment for not getting picked. That's the way college, long faces. We got to work some intervals, some with the ball, but some harder stuff. And the starters are doing the regen with the legs up and all that, and they're over there running their ball. And they look over there saying, shit, I want to be over there. And that causes a divide in your team. You got 10 players over here, and then they know their training is finished, juggling the ball, fucking around and stuff, laughing, and guys are working through the paces here, and we've had to tell the assistant, and so it got so bad, we'll bring them all together. They stand around, be wall players. I don't want them anymore. I stopped it because it started to divide. The starters and the regen, it's the pro thing to do. College and youth, I don't know if they see it that way. I don't get the good response. They're not liking it. They don't see different course for different course.
Coach, which day you think is the best after the game to do the recovery?
Oh yeah, the cool down.
The next day or the
Germans and all that. The minute the match is over, they're thinking physiologically, we think the next match. So there is something to be said about cooling down after a match. You see the example, players take the boots off or whatever and they jog over and back. Light jog, in most cases, is probably the best activity. Where we played at college, where I was 19 years, the field's about 3/4 of a mile from where we dress. We dress and walk down past baseball to the soccer pitch. Over all the years I coached, I realized those players, as long as they don't get a ride back, walking back from the game was just as good as a cool down as making them. They don't want to do it. The parents are all in the stands. It's a thing you got to think about. It's good to train them as youth. We're going to finish the match. Hey, we have just 5 minutes. It's all jog and a couple of light stretches. It's the right thing to do. I ended up, for practicalities, just making sure that they walked back from the pitch. And physiologists could argue that's just as good as a cool down. If they walk, they circulate the blood back from the legs to the heart, walking, because the muscles in the legs will pump it back up. So walking, jogging, recovery, it's important.
Quick question about recovery. You just mentioned about light skill work.
Yeah.
I don't know, at a college level, at a professional level, some teams and some national teams even do weight training the next day. Light weights, high rep, not high rep, but 8 to 10 reps, low
Really?
weight.
Yeah,
Weight training. Scott, you
For
familiar with some of
recovery
that?
or for strength?
I don't know. Is recovery? What does it exactly work? I mean, anybody? I
Are
know they do
are
that.
the muscles in that good of a shape to take loads?
Recovery is just about blood flow through the muscle to help get rid of the lactic acid, get in new oxygen and glycogen.
But they don't touch the ball at all. They go to the gym.
Higher intensity.
And they have a match again, like on Sunday?
2 to 3 days later, maybe 4 days later, but the next day they go to a weight training. Light, very light, but it's a
Yeah.
weight training.
Yeah.
that was actually interesting because this past trip that the USF did to Brazil, I went to Botafogo and we were like, surprised. I mean, after an high intense game, the next day they just bring them to the gym and do weights and then the ice.
So they use weights as an
As a
additional
recovery.
recovery.
Yeah.
Right?
Probably don't have a match right away again, but
No, they don't.
4 days
No,
later,
they don't.
3
But
days.
you know,
okay. You see, my friends, there is no one way. You think about the science is pretty good. You do the research, you figure out what you want to do. Sounds like some lightweight work is also potentially a good way to circulate and get back.
Particularly the
recovery.
upper body, maybe.